Hey everybody, what's up? Dan here. We're going to talk about why the fitness industry sucks because we actually don't focus on what matters for our clients. Let's talk about it. Let's see how this works. So it's Friday, November 3rd. I've been talking with one of my clients about, some health things. We've been really focusing on getting more consistent in terms of nutrition, mindset, and activity. This client in particular has high blood pressure and is on blood pressure medication. The majority of what we talk about in fitness and what you see online in fitness, if you scroll through any fitness person's account, it's very visually appealing and we focus on the aesthetics. We don't think too much about what's going on inside the body when we're looking at long-term health. So stick with me for a moment and I want to tell you about why this is actually super important. I'm going to give you a little bit of dialogue about this client, family history of blood pressure issues and dealing with blood pressure or elevated blood pressure issues lately. So on medication, had a pretty stressful summer with a lot of family events going on, and we started to notice that the activity level was dropping off, along with the nutrition not as consistent. Blood pressure in the summertime was hitting 150s to 160 on the systolic over diastolic. So the top number systolic, that is the blood leaving your heart or the pressure on your arteries leaving your heart. The diastolic is the bottom number and that is the blood returning back to the heart. Generally normal is 120 over 80. We start to see some high risk aspects of someone once they get over the 139 mark over 80 as well. So usually the bottom number doesn't change too much, but it will slightly elevate. Okay, summer, very stressful. Blood pressure was 150s over 150 to 160 over 100. So this client actually went to her doctor and got a change in medication, which is great because we started to see the condition controlled a little bit and we started to see that blood pressure lowering over time. Now what we didn't see was as much consistency with regular activity and nutrition. So with medication, that generally controls the condition. If we don't change the lifestyle, we'll start to see that creep back up. So in this case, towards the end of summer, we did start to see it go back up. It was hitting the 150s again over 100, not as low or under that high risk side of it, below 139 over 80, let's say, or 139 over 90, let's say. Now we sat down mid-September and talked about what sort of behavior and lifestyle changes we could make, how to get more consistent with the fundamentals being water, sleep, stress management, activity, lean protein, vegetables. That's pretty much it. So mid-September to right now, November 3rd, we're seeing a lot of consistency developed. So regularly training for a few weeks, increasing that activity level, doing more walking, eating better overall, more plant food, more protein, less processed foods, but we're not completely cutting them all out. There's still some enjoyment and some life that has to happen. Pizza, family events, those things happen. Now, what I'm noticing is this client is making more priority for their health and wellness overall. So I got this photo last night after a hard training session and blood pressure. You see that? That's 121 over 74. Now that is a really, really healthy blood pressure reading, right? If we're looking at normal levels, this is a very, very normal blood pressure reading, which is great because we are reducing that stress on our heart overall, which could create some long-term implications. One of the other things I want to point you to as well, I don't know if you guys can see that, can you? Right there? Yeah, that's a resting heart rate of 64. So again, the more active you are, the more consistent you are with your nutrition, the less stress you're going to have on your major organs and the more efficient they're going to work. So the more active you are, that resting heart rate will lower, thus putting the stress on your body. Okay, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I think that's something that us in the fitness industry don't talk about enough, and that's what's going on the inside and not so much about the aesthetic physical side of it, because it's just visually a little bit easier to see what's going on in a transformation, not so much like on the clinical side of it or everything on the inside. So wanted to share that with you guys. I think that's it. Okay, that's it for today's upload. I want to get this edited and get it up as soon as possible. Let's end off this vlog like we end off every other upload. Before we get rocking with that, if you are liking this video and you're liking my content, a big thumbs up on my video is always appreciated. If this is the first time you're coming across my channel, click that subscribe button. I always appreciate new followers along with this journey. If you do have any questions about blood pressure or health and wellness, toss in the comments below or hit me up on any social channel, and that's Dan is Driven. So hit me up, happy to answer any questions if you got them. Let's end this. Never underestimate the power of positivity and optimism. Well, optimism is really the only way to go, because the alternative will never bring you the success that you want. Afternoon caffeine, we're about to hit a workout, and then some of the gents here from the studio are headed out for a very macro-friendly sushi meal. So looking forward to the weekend.